So good evening everyone. I am Omkar Mane, your host. Welcome you to the second episode of Friday Startup Tales, and we have with us Offbit Studio. So I would like to introduce you to the founding members of Offbit Studio, Mr. Rudra.
Thank you.
The CEO, CTO, Mr. Himanshu, and COO, Mr. Harshal. So welcome you guys.
Thank you.
First, you tell me how are you feeling right now?
Actually, we are very glad that I'd like to thank you and IIC Incubation Cell to initiating this amazing podcast, especially for the emerging startup like us. It is very important and great opportunity to be in front of the audience and connect with them and share our insights to them. So thank you for inviting us today.
That's our opportunity. That's our pleasure. Let me know what's Offbit Studio.
Okay, so technically Offbit Studio is a game development and esports club, and we aim to provide the industry level knowledge and also the insights of what is happening in current trends of game development, and we are trying to reach the young minds about what is exactly the game development, and that's all we are doing in our startup right now.
Basically, I was knowing about Offbit Studio is like it does the development also. It does the competitive gaming also. It's organizes the events and like manages the events also. Yeah, that's it. What was the breakthrough in your life? Means when you got interested in gaming and all, like development and all, like competitive gaming both.
From childhood, we all are from the generation which have seen the evolution of computers. So basically, through that evolution only, we got interested in video games and all, and we were getting to know the new games which are coming into the market, and we were interested about those games. So in our childhood, through the childhood itself, like those games which were there for inserting games, right?
Yeah, like I also played the video games during CDs. Like when my parents was going outside, like I used to plug the CD in the TV.
Exactly. From that at that time also we have seen the revolution. So
yes,
that's how our interest has also grown in this field.
This question was individually
So you much would
Okay, talking about me, my experience was quite hilarious. So I was into gaming since my childhood because my father bought me a PC, and I used to play normal games on that. And as I went aging, I explored more 3D games, and I explored how these games are made and how the backend works on that games. So this made me more eager to search in this field, and also made an interest within me that how these games work, and I started searching and researching on this field as soon as my 12th was over.
Okay. Actually, in my case, I didn't have PC when I was child. So we have a local gaming cafes around us. So I used to go there and play for hours and more than that. So my first game was God of War. So in that, I really got connected to the main character of that game, Kratos. So he inspired me, and as I go further, I started playing more and more games. So I got connected with the games, and I thought I should make my imagination come into reality, and that's how I started pursuing this career.
That's our tagline also, making imagination real.
That's our tagline, making imagination into reality.
Yeah, that's great. I also have a history with gaming cafes. I used to go in the morning, then come in the afternoon.
That's the thing in our.
My favorite game was 2K15 in those days. With my buddies, I used to play.
That's a lot more viable than.
When you guys met each other, what was the point? You think that we can make a club?
Actually, when we were in first year, we were classmates. All three of us are classmates. So after that, I talked to Himanshu, and we got to know that each of us has a passion in the gaming. So due to that, we used to discuss the stories of the game on the railway station or wherever we used to sit together. So we used to discuss a lot about the stories. So after that, we both decided to create a club. Means we wanted to find more minds like us. So we decided to create a club in our college, and our incubation cell and principal ma'am, each one of them is very helpful in that. And the journey to the club was very funny. So there is an incident with the Manish sir, which is funny. So Himanshu will tell you about that.
Okay, let me tell you the incident because I know
it's very funny.
Yeah. So the incident was like in this way, like we approached Manish sir because we had heard about them that they help students to emerge startups and get more knowledge about it. So we went to Manish sir and we proposed our idea. But even before proposing our idea, my teammate started the concept of game development, and sir was like, who are you? Like introduce yourself and then come to me, because sir was like in shock. Like who these guys are.
Directly approaches sir and tell him that sir, these are the 3 steps which is there in the game development, the pre-development and the development. And sir is like, who are you? Like introduce yourself first and then your idea. Like
We
you are not
directly
knowing
jumped.
each other. Okay, it was truly a first time thing.
Okay. That's great. Then how did you make the idea into a club? Like, yeah.
Actually, the club was founded as a path.
Okay.
We were having ideas in our mind, so that we want to develop a game and all. So we wanted a path to make more engagement in our college itself. So we thought of like having a club first, and after that we'll convert it into a startup. So basically we'll be getting people in our club and telling them about what is game development and teaching them, taking workshops and all, so that they will be knowledgeable about the gaming and the concept of game development. And after that, who are will be eligible and more interested into the startup, so we could take them into the company and we'll move forward with it.
Okay. What was the point which you think our club can be converted to startup?
Yeah, actually, we didn't wanted this to be a startup, but as sir said that you have potential to convert this club into a startup, then we thought we need employees. So we made a core team from our club itself. Then we decided to convert this club fully into a startup that can enter the market and also showcase the potential skills that the employees and the founding members have in this club. So that was the main idea before.
Basically, Manish sir was behind the startup. You can say that.
Okay, that's great. That's great.
I
I have the same incident. There's a personal question from my side. How do you manage academics with your co-curricular?
Very interesting question. Academics is kind of a thing that is must in everyone's routine. So what we do is we attend all the classes regularly, and whatever time we get after the classes, imagine at 6
After academic hours.
after academic hours, we give that time, whether it be a 2 hours or 3 hours, we take out some time and give that to the club. So it's quite hectic schedule, but as it's a startup, we have to give our time over here.
Okay, as you mentioned, it's hectic schedule. Do your personal life affects?
Not much really, but
not personal life, we are bachelors now, so it's
Like,
not like
yeah.
that. We are night owls, right? We stay awake quite at night, so it's working hours for us. So academic hours is in our day schedule, which is for the college timings, and after that we are having our own schedule for the work and our all activities.
Yeah, I have a question. What does entrepreneurship mean for you?
Actually, you know what? The business is what a passionate thing should be in any entrepreneur's life, right?
Yeah.
If you are starting a business, it's a very responsible job you are doing, right?
Yeah.
So starting the journey through this all, you can say a route, was quite difficult. You can relate it with the hurdles, right? We have to cross those hurdles. We are having the academics as well. We are not having a perfect life for those a particular startup life. So for us, the journey means a lot. We are still learning, still growing, and learning new things also. So the time is a very important concept for us right now. So the managing all things and everything with this entrepreneurship journey is quite a story, because as we go through the road of this journey, so basically what we are having the curves of academics. We are having speed breakers of our personal life as well. We are having very less time for the journey. So what we are doing right now is studying as well and doing this job as a very secondary thing for us. So that is what it is.
Okay. That's great. As you mentioned, you have a story behind each and everything. I think you have a story behind the name also.
Yeah.
So
That's
what's the
point.
story?
Actually, I like to tell that. So when we both met and we started thinking about the club, so we were he was we'll do game development club of DYP Suite.
Okay.
So I said it's just another thing which every club does. So I just wanted to be that unique. So and the thing in our club is that we want to make the games on the different genres. So I clicked that thing and I wanted something related to different. So we used AI and everything we could possibly.
Sorry to cut you, but what's the genre does mean?
Genre means the different types of what we can say
Categories in
categories.
games are
Basically means horror, adventure, storylines.
You can relate it with the movies as
Movies as well.
Horror
So
movies,
there are
action
horror
movies.
movies, comedy movies, there are adventure movies.
Same concept.
That's the genre. So we wanted to be something unique and different. So one day we were sitting in, I guess,
Practicals.
yeah,
Practical
practicals.
session.
One day we were sitting at the practicals. So everyone else was doing practical, but we both were searching names. So I was like, "Ki, we will do something different." So I said him that search the synonyms of the difference. So, and from there we got the Offbit name. So it was like off BEAT, Offbit. So it comes in a musical way too. But I was like, ki BET, we'll skip that. We'll just do that BIT, Offbit. So everyone liked that, and we carried forward with that.
So let's divide this section in three parts. First, we will focus on like development. Then we will move ahead with gaming, and then we will end with like event organization management. So let's begin with development. Have you done any like gaming part, or have you developed still now any game like prototype or any story related? Like,
Okay, till now we have only made a prototype on what we are working on. Like we cannot disclose the key, like the whole game idea, but we can just tell that
Name.
yeah,
You can go forward with the name.
or you can just give a theme behind like what's the
okay,
theme?
as you can see in the camera frame, we have a poster over here. Like
yeah,
it
Castle
has
of
Castle of
Shadows.
Shadows. So you can consider a theme or a code name for the game
Yeah.
because the name, the rights have not taken yet. So
We
don't want to reveal the name.
we cannot
So,
reveal the game. Yeah.
So you can basically reveal the little theme or like
Actually, I'll talk about that game. So it is basically based in India.
okay.
We are India's best company, Indian best company. So we wanted to make the game based in India. So our first genre will be horror,
Okay.
and then it is based in India, Indian themes, Indian cultures, everything. And I'll make sure that whenever you play that game, you will get the Indian vibes.
Okay.
So that's
Yeah.
all I can disclose right now.
Yeah. I have to share with it like just now the Chinese like game was launched.
Yeah,
Like
like
with with the Chinese ideology. And,
Yes.
So it was like highly boomed. So you have to means you are doing the same.
Yeah, in the
Indian
similar
culture.
way.
Yeah,
same.
it's in the Indian culture.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Does government or college supports with the development like resources or like funding anything? Like,
Yeah, if we see recent trends, the like big bulls of Indian money industry, like financial industry, we can see Anant Ambani or Mukesh Ambani, the whole family, and also many big entrepreneurs. They are investing in the gaming sector because they know that gaming sector will overcome and boom in the future. And our honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, they have also spoken. They also spoke on this topic. So yeah, these big personalities also have interest in gaming. So I technically think that the gaming industry will boom in future.
And
does the support like particular just
We
now?
have the startup funds from our government as well. So the state government is funding for the startup. It is open for the investment into the startups. We are having many more industries which are open, especially for those new technologies or new emerging fields in Indian market. So basically, those vision by our Prime Minister for that 5 trillion economy.
Yeah.
So that also includes the gaming sector. Or the last year budget also has a mention about the gaming industry. Because we have seen the recent boom in COVID as well.
Yeah.
Those live streamings and gaming were so on hype. So it actually created a whole new market and the space for this industry. So it is more kind of and possibilities of growth. So we are having support from the government as well, and also our college has a very good interest into the new things and new growing things for the students. So it is also helping us. We have got permissions for that event, which we have conducted this year also. It was one of the biggest institute level game esports competition. So like that kind of support, we are having a positive support towards the field.
So how do you manage funds?
Talking about the college, the incubation cell has provided funds for the past 1 year, and they have provided the workspace and the devices. And talking about the devices are quite expensive.
Yeah.
So it was a great help for our development too. So and in future we believe that Manish sir and incubation cell and principal ma'am will provide us with the funds, and they have given the funds for the Gamers Realm, which was an esports event in our college last year, technical fest. You might know, you have come.
Yeah. I was the
So
part of it.
yeah, it was a great help, and we are receiving the funding. So it's not that what we can say, not that bad with the fundings. We are good. We are doing good.
So basically, like startup industry funding is like one of the part.
Yeah.
It's fund startups.
Yeah.
So there is any particular funding available for this game development, or focusing the gaming industry?
Actually, in market there are many investors and the publishers. In what happens in the game development, some companies receive the takes the publishers, and some gets the investors.
Yeah.
So they have a different role, but they both provide the fundings.
Okay.
And to get that funding, we can go to IGDC, which is a game development conference in India. So in that, worldwide investors and publisher comes, and they talk with the developers. If the idea is good, they give the fundings.
Okay. So basically, you are developing a game.
Yeah.
What's your targeted audience?
Actually, right now our targeted audience is the local market, and after we get, means it depends on the publishing as well and the
Marketing
Marketing.
of that game. Like we are firstly trying to reach the local audience, that is Indian audience, and if the game booms or it gets a positive response, we are aiming to release that game in outer markets such as international markets.
Okay.
then we will target the global market.
Okay,
as well.
that's great. That's great. So basically, you mean India? You are focusing not local market.
Yeah.
Can you further divide India like in smaller sector, like basically on age group or any other type?
So as we gave you the glimpse of our game, which is based on the horror genre, and we are trying to make it more scary and horror, and we are trying to make it gore. Gore basically means more adult graphical contents, and more blood and everything like that.
Okay.
So right now we are trying to target the teen audience, teenagers.
Okay.
So it might get 16 plus ratings and everything else. So we are trying, means basically we are trying to make it 16 plus. So above the 16 age group, everyone can play that and enjoy that game. So right now our target is 16 plus age group.
Okay. That's great. That's great. If considering me as a nuance,
Yeah.
can you give me a roadmap? Basic means a path where if I have a just interest, I just know game development means we are developing a game. That's the basic thing. And if I just want to give a try for the game development, so from where I can start of learning
Okay.
phase, for my learning phase.
Okay, so if anyone wants to start with game development, they have to first understand what are the computer graphics and how this computer graphic works at a very initial stage. So once they clear this path, like how the computer graphic works, they can go for like 3D rendering softwares. Basically, if you might know, there is a software that is called Blender. So basically, it is popular for making 3D models and 3D animations. So once you excel the potential to learn that software and also you master that software, you can go for various game development engines such as Unity and Unreal Engine, which are the two most popular engines in the market currently. So you can start learning these engines step by step and also option by option, because each option has a very unique significance in the like whatever engine you are using. So you can start exploring these engines and other softwares.
Do you can name any like YouTube channel or any course like on Udemy or Coursera, like?
Okay, for young developers, I would suggest Breakies, which who teaches game development and other basics for it. And if you are talking about 3D modeling, you can go for Blender Guru. Yeah, Blender Guru is one of the channel. Then yeah,
And if you're seeing from our college, so we conduct the workshop for that.
yeah.
Okay.
Means we teach you 3D modeling, 3D animations, working in the engines. Means we teach you Unreal, Unity, both of the engines, and Godot for the 2D games.
Okay.
So if you want, you can come and join our workshops, and incubation cell is initiating the workshops. So after the instance, you might get to see the workshops and schedule of the workshops. So if you want to learn, you can learn that. You can come here and learn. And another thing is that if you're not able to come here, so the basic thing is that you can study it in YouTube. Each and every software as Himanshu mentioned, Blender, Unreal, Unity, each one of them are free. So you can feel free to use all of them.
So basically, like as I'm a developer, but not the game developer, there is something open source. So how does the open source work in gaming industry?
Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, Blender, which is a free software, and because it's free, it has a very huge community, and also it has various kinds of advantages because, see, first of all, it's free. So developers have an opportunity to develop their own 3D models rather than purchasing various kinds of paid software such as Maya or Regive. I don't know the names, but yeah, Adobe. So ZBrush for modeling. So there are various softwares that are completely paid, but Blender is a free software and it's also an open source. So being an open source software, it has a very large community and also helping forums that helps young developers to learn more and more advanced things in the softwares.
Basically, there are the things, means there are two types of games. One are open source and one is not. So in the open source, you can mod it's in your convenience. So as example, you can take GTA 5. You might see Techno Gamer. So he mods his own stories, his cars and everything. So if the game is open source, the audience can mod according to them. So it more adds up the more spice and fun to the game. So that's the open source.
Means basically open source helps us you to customize our game.
Yeah. Basically, it makes customize your game and everything.
Yeah, that's great. Like as we mentioned, like in the previous conversation, like we used to play like with the help of CD.
CDs.
From those days till now, the gaming industry is setting up upper bars. Like so how do you will catch up with the new bars like which are sets like in day to day or which are going to be set in the future?
As with the time, the technology has also evolved. So with the technology, we are working with the technology itself. So the software which we are using currently is close to the technology at the current time. So we are working with the current time technology. So we don't need to work very hard to catch up with the timeline or anything. We are just working with the same technology. So it is kind of easy for us to be in the same sector.
And nowadays the AR and VR are booming. So there are many games which are working on the virtual reality. When we visited IGDC last year, there was a game named
Real
Cricket Island. VR Cricket. So it was a cricket simulation game based in VR. So you wear the VR sets, everything sticks. So you play crickets and it feels like a real thing. So that's the biggest and most funny advantage of the VR technology.
Okay. So as you mentioned IGDC, I'm eager to know what's IGDC.
So basically, IGDC is Indian Game Developer Conference, which is a community meet of game developers all around the world, which comes in India at Hyderabad, where it is held. So it is held from last 15 years. So last year they completed the 15th anniversary. So it is basically a conference meet where a lot of game developer comes and also the game development leading companies comes. So there is a presentation of the game which has been developed by those small startups, say, or groups. So they present their games, the public came, and it is basically also an expo of games, so which has been developed by those groups.
Means you can say the small gamers, like small startups, pitch their games over there.
To the investors.
They pitch, or the company also present their new games, characters, or any new launches from their company as well.
It's like small startup and big means like big companies meet up.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. As AI is affecting all the industries, like if you see development or if you see manufacturing, each and every industry. So there's a ton of NPCs, and one of the game has introduced like or is going to drill. I don't remember particularly, but it gives a particular customized answer to the player and all. So how does you see the AI affecting your game industry in future or currently also?
Okay, so as you questioned me about the AI that is affecting the gaming industry, so it's not affecting, but it's helping out the game developers in various ways, such as there's a game known as Matrix Awakens. So what basically the game tells us that the NPCs are programmed in such a way that it generates various kinds of unique outputs each time the player interacts with that NPCs. So the effects are which you are doubting in this industry is in various ways, such as like IT and CS are in danger, as many of the people are gossiping about that. But it's not the real case, because AI is also helping the IT and CS engineers as well to integrate more and more advanced stuff into the game development. So yeah, as I mentioned the game before, the the people involved in this game development are not just from AI field, but CS and IT engineers are also in this field. So yeah, there is not a much adverse effect in the jobs regarding to AI.
Means you are basically trying to say like you are just setting a higher bar.
Yeah.
And you are just the way of consuming the game by the consumer.
Yeah,
Just being modified.
Yeah.
The way it's coming to the user will just change, but there will be no like huge effect.
Yeah, exactly. We have a positive side of being on the higher bars in the industry.
Okay, that's it. So let's move ahead with the gaming part.
Yeah.
As I know, as per my knowledge, if make me correct if I'm wrong, there are two types of gaming. One is competitive gaming, and the another part is entertainment purpose.
Casual games.
Okay, you mean casual. So can you just elaborate those parts?
Actually, as you said, there are two types of games, competitive and gaming. There are more, but competitive and casual gamings are more given more importance to them. So basically, competitive gaming is in the competitions player take part in. So they compete for a prize pool or the cups and everything. Means it's basically like a cricket tournament, World Cup. Yeah, everyone sees the World Cup. So it's basically like that. Different teams take a part, compete to win. And the most important thing that recently there are many people who are pursuing this career, as a career profession. Yeah, basically profession. And the society thinks, means parents and everyone thinks that the gaming is just for the fun and entertainment. And after the competitive thing came in the picture, the whole idea about the entertainment in gaming has changed. It has become competitive, and more players are pursuing the careers in the esports. And basically, it's the high-paid job too. And as we go in the casual gamings, there are different types of genre in the casual gamings, as story mode games, horror games, comedy, fun, everything else. So the casual games are just to escape the reality. You can basically say that it's just for escaping the reality and having the fun.
So basically, you mean gaming is like competitive gaming means a particular person competes for a particular position, and the casual gaming means you
it's just for the fun.
Just for the fun. There's a news which I heard. Make me correct if I'm wrong. That esports is going to be introduced in Olympics. Do you have any idea about it?
Yes, it is actually true. In the recent time, as the esports community has grown very vast, so there is international tournaments which are organized for the esports community, the competitions for the different games. So it is like those games which are there in Olympics, like we can say javelin and many other games also. So keeping that community in mind, they were thinking about putting this esports sector in Olympics as well. So it might be in future or in the times it will having its own tournaments which will be more popularized into the community.
Okay, fine. If any nuance, like considering me as a nuance, want to pursue as a career, just they want to give it a try in a game industry. Like they have a genuine interest in playing like as a sport, like BGMI, one of the most popular game. Just they want to give it a try. So is there any opportunities which we can pursue, or is there any like club or something like we should join in respect to India, like seeing overall India? Is there any path as you give the path of development? So can you just give the part of the same as gaming?
Okay, so talking about a gamer, how he can pursue his career in not game development, but in his sports. So first of all, he should have enough skills in the competitive games such as BGMI and Valorant. These are the trending games currently. So the person who has to pursue the career in esports, he should have enough skills to excel in these games, and he should also have the professional skills that are required to enter this industry. And there are various clubs which you are talking about. Like there are the club. One of the clubs that I heard is the esports club, and there are two more clubs such as Nordwind Gaming and Sky Sports. These are the various big MNCs, and you can not clubs, but the companies who promote esports on a very large scale. So if anyone wants to pursue their career, they can join these companies or clubs for getting more knowledge and getting more insights.
As few days ago, college rival was arrived in our college.
Yeah.
They just acquired the talent overall the India. So how does they work? Like if they acquire talent from your colleges,
Okay.
how they will move forward with the talent, and how they will provide more bigger stage to work over there. Like, can you just brief how their works culture?
Actually, the thing is that college rivals and more companies like them, they are not just one company which organizes the talent hunt. Basically they organize a talent hunt in different cities and states. So basically, what they do, they organize a competition in that the players from all around the country, cities and states participate and compete for the prize pool or the positions. And the best players in that then the companies promote them to the professional organizations. Basically, there are the organizations behind the esports tournaments. Means suppose there are different teams in a tournament. There are Fanatics, Sky Sports, Nordwind, Sentinels, and furthermore teams like that. And behind that teams, there are the organizations. In the esports world, we call them org. So there are orgs. They hire the players. They give them a proper guidance, coach, and every facility to compete in a competition and win it.
Okay. If I have a dream to represent India,
Yeah.
so how can I represent India in terms of esports?
Actually, there are many Indian orgs right now. So they they hire the players on their skill sets. So if you have a great skills, they'll hire you, they'll pay you, they'll appoint you a coach, and then the orgs means basically organization does the all things in the esports for the players.
Okay.
And if you are a newbie, you can start with the local tournaments first of all for gaining that mindset and experience, and after that you can participate in the bigger tournaments and come into the picture.
Can you name any tournaments?
There are various local tournaments held by the games as well. Means the developing company of the games held their own tournaments as well. And in our college last year we held an Gamers Realm, which was an BGMI, Free Fire and Valorant tournament. So you can try the local tournaments.
First you try the local tournament,
Yeah.
then move further with the
Yeah.
high tournament. So as you mentioned the local tournament as our college,
Yeah.
Can you just name the high tournaments?
Higher tournaments like college rivals, the esports clubs, they organize the tournaments.
Or Mumbai Arena.
Yeah, Mumbai Arena.
Like any city arena. Basically, arena is a gaming event where gamer or gaming enthusiasts can participate, and they can like participate and win up to various big competitions, and they have the opportunity to win big cash prizes
Yeah.
in various games, competitive games basically. So yeah.
And right now the Valorant tournament is going, which is a global tournament, VCT, Valorant Championship tournament. So it is organized by the development company of the Valorant, Riot Games.
Okay, that's fine. Considering my home, like my house, the gaming and the gambling is being considered same. So how do you convince your parents to like just just want to give it a try in gaming.
Yeah.
And we can pursue a career in gaming. So just give a chance.
Okay, so if we talk about gaming and gambling, both have a huge difference. Where gaming is a part where a gamer enjoys his time while competing with other players, and gambling is a technique where a player who invests his own money on the game, and then he tries to win within the community playing right on that time. So basically, the ones who have money or the one who is willing to invest in the app, they can go for gambling apps, but it's not
Right.
it's not right, and I'm also not promoting the apps, but yeah, the gaming part where people don't have to invest much in that apps. People should understand, or people like the parents of a child should understand that the child is not demanding any money for like any gaming related things. So yeah, games are not meant to invest, but are only meant to play.
Does it affects the mental health of a child and all? Like,
Only if he plays more than the time being advised by the game itself. Okay, talking about mental health. If a gamer is a professional gamer, then he can he knows how much time to give and how much not. But if you're a normal person and if you play games for just enjoyment purposes, then you should think again, because games are for entertainment but not for playing for a long time, because it can affect your eyesight, or it can also affect the mindset of people, because various types of games have blood, gore or violence in it. So yeah, gaming should be done in moderation.
Yeah, and basically the mental health depends on the gamer as well, because the addiction of anything is bad, harmful to your health and everything.
so how do you see the future of gaming industry?
Basically it will boom, because new gamers are arising, and they are potential is being seen in various types of gamers, and also the Indian industries are promoting gaming on a large scale. And as you can see, as Rudraksh mentioned, that there are various global tournaments, and these global tournaments are basically hiring those teams from various parts of the country. So yeah, gamers have an advantage to get hired and enrolled in such gaming opportunities.
Do you see any government few days ago there was a video related our prime minister with some gamers, both type of gamers, means competitive and also the entertainment purpose gamers. Will the governments back some of the gamers or gaming industry in future?
Actually, as the gamers are representing our country, so it is like those athletes who have represented India in Olympics. So it is kind of relational thing. So it has been promoted by our government as well. So if you are representing our country and our country is getting a good reputation and positive reputation, so government is also allowing for this in a very positive way.
Okay. Just explain me the term boot camp. Like I have heard many a times boot camps of gamers and all. So just please.
Okay, so the boot camp is a term given to the living area where gamers live. So basically, you might have seen various YouTubers who are earning through their esports journey and all the gaming career they have done till now. And when the YouTubers collaborate with each other, they purchase a house where they can practice their skills. So yeah, basically the boot camp is a place where all the gamers meet and all the gamers have their skills being practiced every day.
So basically workspace for the gamers.
Yeah.
You can say that.
You mean the there's a
Training ground, you can say.
Yeah, you can
can
training
say
ground. Like
training
IPL teams have their particular ground, so the same.
Exactly.
Yeah. So in the aspect of IPL teams, you can see as a particular team as their home ground.
Esports team.
Home ground, exactly.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Moving further with the event organization and management, you have organized many events, and manage also. So can you just elaborate one of the event and what was the major problems you find over there?
Actually, it was a whole journey of organizing that event, which was named as Gamers Realm, which we held with the collaboration of Tech Fest in our college itself. So it was one of the biggest inter-college events for esports events actually. So more than 400 participants from 14 different colleges. We have done PR for those, promoting promotions and all in the different colleges in our area, Pune division. So we started with like discussing an idea of having an event through the college fest time, and after that we proposed that event to the college authorities. We got approved. We were supported by the funds by our college. We'll not discuss the amount here.
Yeah.
So it was very good support actually. We were not expecting that much support or that much exposure for the first time, but it was given as a very positive consideration by our college. After that, we planned the whole event, the roadmap, the structure, the itinerary which we'll be going through for the event. And through that management phase, we have learned many things about like how to plan an event, how should it should be planned properly, and organizing all those things. Like we were having requirements of a lot of different things for the esports competition or the organizing it. Like for example, for the Valorant game, we were needing PCs, the whole consoles for like players to compete over there. For BGMI, for Free Fire, we need a space like sitting whole groups together for competition. So it was like whole planning. It is actually like a very difficult phase to plan those all things because everything is not noted at that time. At real instance, it was very hard while planning. After planning, the execution was even more we can say twistful, as we were gone through many rejections by the contracts. Like we done a contract with a gaming cafe, and after that we got rejected due to our like consideration, the list which we have given them. After that, second cafe has also rejected us because of the money and the funding problems and all. So through these all things, we have come up with an awesome event. It was also very great published, and it was a very new thing for our college also. So it was first time initiated.
And it was one of the biggest events in the Pune esports.
It is actually an achievement for us. Also.
Okay.
For the first time, it was great.
Yeah, that was awesome. As I also contributed there.
Yeah.
That's the one part. Seeing as a sponsor, how the sponsorship worked over there? Like, do bigger sponsors sponsor the events, or not only our event, like means which you organized, but seeing overall, like globally, do everyone sponsors the gaming events?
As you know, the meaning of sponsorship actually, it is about engaging your company to the more public by a specific event or you can say an activity. So what sponsors see over here is like the companies, if they are like launching new things or coming up with a new product, so they need more engagement to the public. So they are open for investment if you are able to gather the public related to that particular sector. So they are open for the sponsorship. So every time they are ready for the investment, it is like an advertisement for them. For example, we have GTX processors or any new processors upcoming. Exactly. So they give the sponsorship. They are open for the sponsorship, and they promote their things as well by putting posters and banners. So it is like very easy to get the sponsorship, and it is also at a very good level. So the sponsorship is like great.
Can you just give your overview how the funds are managed? Means not only with the help of sponsorship, just not with the college, overall.
For the events, no?
Yeah, for the events.
So basically, we need to divide the fund. It is for like first of all like for pre-event management things, then main event management things, and after that post-event. Post-event has mainly like winners, their prize money. So like adjusting those all things all together is a whole concept. For example, if you want to give excitement tournaments, you need to put that much great prize pool for the players to actually like promote that event in a very great space. So it is also a thing, and after that, putting those prize pool aside, we are need to organize all events. So that money is also needs to be managed. So it is like very complicated things, and we also get to know more things about this, how corporate works, right? So we are also getting experience of these all things.
Okay, there's a personal question. Does the event management related to esports, can be converted into a business?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, you can convert it into business because see, we are attracting a lot of public that is in turn like the public is like the number of public is directly proportional to the promotion of the product or the brand we are approaching for the sponsorship.
Exactly.
So yeah, this can be converted into business because the brand partners see that how much public is using the product or how much public is like promoting the product, so it can be converted into business.
That's fine. That's all from my side. is there anything to add, or is there any question for me?
Actually, you are a senior in our startup journey.
Yeah.
So you started your startup journey before us. So
Yes.
are there any tips for us?
Yeah, there's a tip. Just keep moving. Just bring your idea into action. That's fine. Because as I find my idea very earlier, but I took very time to commit it to an action. That I found was my mistake. But that was my great mistake. So that's it. For
Actually, you have started a very good platform by like organizing this podcast.
Yeah.
So we are already having a stage for putting our ideas and inspiring people. So actually, you should be like keep going with this podcast. So it will be more inspiring to the students. We'll make sure that this will reach maximum students of our college as well and other colleges as well, so that they can bring their ideas, their thoughts into reality. So it is actually a very great move from our side. Also.
it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
Yeah.
And we'd like to thank you, Manish sir, Incubation Cell, and whole college for this. So thank you.
Thank you to the whole.
Thank you guys. Thanks for coming. It was my pleasure to host you, and thanks for giving your time. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you
Thank
for
you.
inviting
Thank you
us.
for your time. Thank you, Kar.
So if you think playing safe is better than being sorry, buddy, you're wrong. Risk is better than regret. So if you have an idea, just bring it to an action. Just give it a try. And if you are in DYP stage, come to Incubation Hub. Ask for a time from Manish sir. Pitch your idea, bring it to an action, because Incubation Hubs has all the resources which you need. Thank you for your time. Signing off with episode 2. Stay tuned for episode 3.